All right, Merry Christmas, everyone. I've got a packed house here in the studio, and I forgot to bring the mics up from the Camp Verde studio, so we're doing it like the old Beatles videos where there's a lot of sharing going on. So bear with us. We've got...
Except for Jeff, he gets his up.
I probably should even... It helps if you even turn the mics on. Yeah, I get my own. I mean, it has my name on it. I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, so why do I have a Christmas tree in my house?
Well, there's a long developmental story of the Christmas tree. I guess the direct answer would be so that we put presents for you under it. Is that what you're looking for? Or would you like some history?
No, I was looking for the history on this, actually. Yeah.
Well, it originated...
And this is Olivia, obviously, for those of you.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Just tuning in.
If
Go
you
ahead.
forgot me. I know I haven't been by in a couple of shows. I'm sorry.
I've got some special treats from Olivia coming up, though.
Oh dear.
Some deep diving
I think you know which one.
into the vault.
No.
The show vault.
Everybody knows this is my least favorite.
And I got a surprise for Owen.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, Chris. Oh, yeah. Who started this? What do we got going on here?
Well, medieval Germany was the one who started it.
Okay.
And it developed first as actually a play prop. So what they would do every year, and this was a very common play that they would put on, is they would put on an Adam and Eve play. And they used a fir tree, they called it a paradise tree, and they decorated it with apples to represent the tree in the Garden of Eden.
Oh.
And on December 24th every year, it was this religious feast day of Adam and Eve. And they'd all decorate their homes with this paradise tree decorated with apples. So that was one of the things they had. And then they also had this structure they called a Christmas pyramid in the same room, which was this like wooden triangular structure that they'd have these shelves built into where they'd put decorations, figurines, things like that. So the Christmas tree kind of came as a merging of the two.
We're still talking Germany with the weird pyramid thing?
Yes, this is Germany.
Okay, that sounds like something Owen would come up with.
Seems like a lot of things started in Germany.
Well, it's...
Especially around Christmas.
Yeah. I think it has to do with the oversized beer containers.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you ever go there, you get these things that are the size of a pitcher. I'm getting used to people. Yeah, hit me on that one. Pitcher. Yeah. And a lot of things happen that way. But yeah, so they decided to go in and cut down a tree and drag it in the house. Basically. And hopefully there's no critters.
I know.
In it.
Me and Isabel thought that there was a squirrel in the tree last night.
In our Christmas tree?
Yes, some weird sounds.
Yeah, something was rattling, but no one touched it.
Like Christmas Vacation with the squirrel. Was that a squirrel that jumped out of that tree? Yeah. Well, when did we start with the plastic? Because we have a fake tree. And,
yes, we do.
Do we call it fake tree or a
artificial tree?
But it holds its needles very good. It's actually pretty old.
No, actually, it does not hold its needles very good.
1,000 needles every time we drag it up.
I don't know how it isn't bare.
I don't know how there's any needles left.
Oh, really? That loses that much. I mean, it's one of those old ones.
I sweep them all up, and there's a massive amount.
We've talked about replacing it, but we go out and look for one, and they're really expensive, and they look like the Charlie Brown tree.
Yeah, I can't find one I like.
Yeah.
So I like my old one, and even the lights don't work anymore. So
we just rewrapped it.
I just have to put my own lights on because it has the lights like built into it, but they don't work anymore. I
know we hit this on past shows, Christmas shows. This would be our 9th Christmas show or something like that. I can't remember. We've been doing this for a while. And you'll see that pretty soon because I've got some old clips, and you'll notice some difference in voices. Everybody except for
I think this is the 8th. Yeah, the end of the 8th year, so this would be the 8th.
All right, the time just zips by. But and Mark Howitt has discussed this. But why December 25th? Do you remember the history on that? On how that got settled?
Yeah, we talked about this
I know what
last year.
December 25th is supposed to be the birth of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's not mentioned in the New Testament. Yeah. So there's all kinds of different theories and things like that. Mm-hmm. We talked about this last year, I think.
We have no answer.
No, I have an answer.
Oh, okay, good.
Pope Julius I chose it. And it was kind of widely done as like the winter solstice time and a celebration of honoring the Saturn god of agriculture and honoring children and the resurgence of the sun. Because I think it's the 22nd actually of December is the solstice, and then the sun is out longer every day after that. So they would kind of have these like festivals and stuff right around that time. And so one of the popes ages ago chose that. So
a kind of compromise between pagans and Christians at the time.
Oh, wow.
Was the way I learned it.
That's quite the compromise there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dig into the vault here. Something that you guys will enjoy from 2018.
No.
Which would be 2 years into this show, approximately, right?
Yeah, 2 years.
About. And Owen was probably 5. Olivia was probably 8, 9, 10.
8 if he was
something
5.
like that. Mm-hmm. But the days of December.
December 21st, ugly sweater day.
December 22nd, short person day.
I didn't even know they had a short person day. I feel a little left out. Did they have a tall person day? All right, December 23rd for the Seinfeld fans.
That is Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us.
I thought that was just on Seinfeld, but apparently it's a thing.
No, it's
People
real.
really do it.
It's real. December 23rd, Festivus for the rest of us. Okay, December 24th, that's Christmas Eve. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but some places in Europe, some countries celebrate that as their gift-giving day.
That's just cheating. You give gifts on Christmas Day. Although some people chimed in when we were giving away stuff that's a tradition. They give gifts, unwrap a gift the night before.
Yeah, it's a European thing.
It's a European thing.
December 24th, National Eggnog Day. No idea what that is.
You don't know what an eggnog is? Is that like when you hit your head?
Oh yeah.
And you get a bump?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Eggnog is the stuff you drink. You drink eggnog.
Ew. Is it made of eggs?
December 25th, obviously, Christmas Day.
Pumpkin Pie Day is also the 25th.
Wait a second. So they have this listed as December 25th is Christmas Day. We all know that. But how could you have another holiday on the 25th?
Well, pumpkin pies are good.
Yeah, but you can't share a holiday on... So the 25th is also National Pumpkin Pie Day.
Ooh.
Huh.
At least it's yummy. Ooh.
December 26th is Boxing Day, and they celebrate that in the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
That's when the 26th?
Yeah, the 26th.
Is that like a fight?
No, I always thought it was a boxing, like the sport boxing. And then today I actually looked it up, and it has nothing to do with boxing. It is about like a tradition or something of servants and stuff from a long time ago that would receive boxes that day. And a lot of times they had to work on Christmas Day. So the day after Christmas, they would get their Christmas box, hence the name Boxing Day.
Does it have anything to do with the Boxer Rebellion?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, we're going to look into that more.
Or you just become a boxer.
The 26th is also Kwanzaa, and that actually means first fruits. It's a harvesting holiday, and it's actually the expression is joyous Kwanzaa.
December 26th, busy day, St. Stephen's Day. It's also the second day of Christmas in Europe. They've really taken us to new levels. So they have Christmas Eve, they have Christmas, and then they have a second day of Christmas in Europe.
December 27th is National Fruitcake Day.
Yay!
Fruitcake! I'm going to eat all the bananas.
The banana cake. You're a bananas. Everybody loves Fruitcake Day.
December 30th, my favorite bacon day. Good
Bacon
time for
Day.
Bacon. We're totally celebrating that.
December 41st, New Year's Eve.
Yep, New Year's Eve. Happy New Year.
How is it New Year's Day and also Unlucky Day?
And then it's also... Wait, go ahead, Owen.
Happy New Year should be at the end of the year because they're going to celebrate the next year.
Well, yeah, that's
Well,
New
it
Year's
is.
Eve.
But I don't get how it could be Unlucky Day because it's lucky because you're starting a new year.
Yeah, it's New Year's Eve. All right, folks, so that's your list, a very partial list. Where did we get this from? Where did you get this from? HolidayInsights.com. You can get the updated list, and so that way, we missed December 5th was Bathtub Party Day. How did we miss that?
I can't wait to have a party.
I can't believe all the things we missed here. Number 6 was December 6th. Put on your own shoes day for those who have others put on their shoes. Well, like you guys.
I put on
So how
my own
about-
shoes, Dad, too.
Our New Year's resolution is we do one of these days every day of the year. And
There you go.
we celebrate that.
All right, folks, get the updated list. And everyone, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. And have a happy pumpkin pie.
Oh my!
All right, get out of my studio.
That seems like 100 years ago.
Wow, I
Right?
forgot about that.
Yeah, I dug that one off the vault there.
Olivia sounded like she had a chipmunk filter on her voice.
Yeah.
I was a very, very clever child, as we can all see.
Yeah.
Eggnog.
What's the chipmunk song? Na, 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 na.
Yeah.
Wow, Owen, you were unrecognizable. We failed at another resolution though. We were going to do
I know,
that.
we never did the whole, one of those everyday thing.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that was back in the vault. Okay, so here's a question, and I had Owen do the research on this. When it comes to the electric lights, where did this all come from?
Well, the first
You're up, Owen.
the first electric Christmas lights were made by
Get right up to that mic.
They were made by Edward Johnson, who's an associate of Thomas Edison.
Okay.
And he made the first ones in 1882. And then by like 1884, they were going up on like some trees, like the one in the White House and stuff.
What did they do before that? Was that the first time they lit these trees?
Well, no, the first Christmas lights were candles on German trees as early as the 1600s.
The Germans.
If you had let
That's
me
what I keep
finish
saying,
the rest I
everything's
had about
Germany.
my Christmas trees.
You had more about Christmas trees?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Earlier,
list
I was
goes
wondering how
on.
many of those trees burnt down.
Yeah, I mean, you know how they say, oh, don't leave your lights on in your tree or something like that, especially the real ones. But back then that was for real.
Yeah, because if the tree dries out, it doesn't take, especially if you have a candle sitting in there with a lit,
You probably lived in like
what
a
are
little
those things
hut
are?
too.
Wick.
A wick.
Yeah.
A wick. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, about the Christmas trees?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that in the Victoria era in England was when a Christmas tree that might be more familiar today was first developed and was decorated with like things that we know, like popcorn strings and candies, and they said even fancy cakes, which I was like, oh,
Cakes?
that's nice. But they'd put toys and small presents and stuff on there, so that's when that tradition started to really happen. And so then it was taken to America again by the German settlers, 17th century. And then you asked about the artificial trees. That was the 1930s that they were first developed.
Oh, okay. They finally started doing it. And we got plastic trees.
Plastic trees. That's
Yeah.
what he says in A Christmas Story.
Plastic trees.
Yeah. So is it Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas?
Mary.
Well, I say Merry Christmas, but I've heard them say Happy Christmas.
Yeah, they do
Which
the Happy
sounds like a
Christmas.
British thing, though.
It is.
It
It's
is,
a
yeah.
Is that what they do over
UK
there?
and Irish. Yeah, like the Queen will say Happy Christmas. Yeah.
The
But
British
that
are so
also
weird.
started, the Merry thing kind of started in the 1500s, but it became really popular in the mid 1800s. And I was reading that Charles Dickens' book, A Christmas Story, or A Christmas Carol, has the words Merry Christmas 21 times. So that like really, really got that whole
Well, 'twas
saying
the
going.
night before Christmas has happy. I think it has happy Christmas.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
It just sounds so weird because we're so used to Merry. But imagine if we're like, Merry Thanksgiving, Merry Easter.
Well, then you say it with the accent, and it sounds okay. Does anyone want to try?
Isabel.
Isabel?
No.
No, you're not going to try that.
Go on.
No.
Don't make me do the British accent.
Hey, you were just talking in an Australian accent earlier about some weird show you watched.
Some shrimp on the
Facts we
barbies.
don't share, Owen.
When did they start doing we have the train. I know people used to put the train around their tree underneath. We have the old Lionel train set from, and you put this thing together here a couple of weeks ago. This is not the little one that you see nowadays. This is the full-size train set.
Yeah, the electric ones, and there's like 80,000 tracks, so you can put everywhere.
Yeah, there's more tracks than you could ever run. And this thing's from, I think the original set may have been my grandfather's, your great-grandfather, who is 95. And we have the original Lionel set that we're still using today.
You have to sand the tracks every year.
It's rusting.
Because that train goes with electricity. just
It's kinda
going through the
scary.
tracks.
Yeah. Well, that's how it carries the charge. But it has a transformer from the 50s with the old style plug. It might even be cloth. I don't know. The thing is wrapped as far as that goes. And it's the lights don't quite flicker, but you wouldn't want to leave your house. You wouldn't want to leave it under the tree and leave it under the house. Go ahead, Owen.
I think he had something about the nutcrackers.
Oh, no, nutcrackers. Okay, another Christmas tradition. And you guys, talk about that. You guys all have that.
Well, Isabel, sure.
Yeah, we all have a bunch of nutcrackers, but I have the most. I don't know how many I have, but I used to get one every year for Christmas.
Until you're like 18.
Yeah, I don't know. I started getting too many, and I don't have anywhere to put them. So
yeah, it's gotten
She
quite.
makes everything a competition. You have more nutcrackers,
she's like, I have the most. I have the most.
Well, so that started when they were all, born, and I started doing like one of their own items to collect at Christmas time. And Isabel's happens to be the nutcracker. Olivia's got snow globes, and Owen has Santas. So every year they get a new one, and now she's 21, so she's got a lot of nutcrackers.
But hey, get this. We all worked together this year to put all our nutcrackers on a display together, like a best of kind of selection. Show all our nutcrackers, stand united.
They're all happy. They're all unified. They've all come together. If we ever have the elk or reindeer apocalypse, we can burn them all.
Oh! What a thing to say. They could hear
That was
you.
mean. That was mean.
Yeah, so the nutcrackers are believed to originate from 17th century Germany also. From a carpenter in a small town who made them to actually crack nuts.
Oh, it was actually for nuts.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
But they were
Those Germans.
decorated? Like
Yeah,
you
they
wanted
were-
a nice looking nutcracker?
They were dolls. Well, they're not what you would think of nutcrackers now. They were creepy looking doll things, but
I don't know.
It's like
I've seen
Chucky.
some of Isabel's nutcrackers.
Yeah, some of them are creepy. You're like, oof. Like you see that in the middle of the night. It's like one of those Stephen King horror movies where the doll comes alive. Something like that. Okay. So nutcrackers. What was the other one? You guys have any others?
Yeah, I was just thought that in all the years we've been doing the Christmas thing, we've never actually talked about like the Bible story of Jesus's birth. So I thought maybe that would be fun to discuss that.
We can do that. Let's do that one. I got something else I want to hit before we do that. This is digging into the vault again.
Oh, no. I have a bad feeling about this one.
You should. Let me find it here. This is 2018, and Isabel's been doing something on the show really from pretty much the beginning, right? Except for speaking, very minimal speaking, a lot of the production work.
do behind the scenes stuff.
And Olivia has been doing it since the beginning, pretty much answering calls. And then, of course, now a contributor on the show.
Kind of wormed my way in.
Yeah, kind of wormed. Yeah. But anyway, she did a special on, I guess in 2018, we were kind of dealing with the same issues of people kind of, they were trying to cancel some like Christmas stories and stuff, right? And Rudolph was one of them. Because Santa was a bully or something like
They're
that,
all
right?
bullies.
Yeah, Santa was a little mean in that one. But he came around. So anyway, this is, Olivia's going to love this one. Should I mute our mic so we're not laughing? Yeah. This is Olivia talking about Rudolph from back in 2018.
A long time ago.
Her face is red. Joining me to discuss this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer controversy is my 9-year-old daughter, Olivia. And Olivia, maybe let's step back for a second. I assume everybody's seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, as you have, and you and I have seen it many times. Maybe tell the listeners real quick the story of Rudolph.
Well, a red-nosed reindeer is born, and everybody teases him for his nose. And so he runs off because he's sad. He meets some friends, but he's afraid that he's attracting the abominable snow monster. When his family comes to look for him, the abominable snow monster takes them to his cave, and it's up to Rudolph and his friends to save them. And in the end, when they all come back, everybody's a little nicer to Rudolph, and he gets, since Christmas is a really stormy time that year, he gets to lead the sleigh through the fog because his nose is bright.
So, because he was unique, he got to lead the sleigh.
Yes.
Okay, do you think that they were mean to Rudolph. I mean, nowadays, if you were in school and somebody was treating one of your classmates like that, you'd be mad. You'd be upset, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody was mean to Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
Like
everybody except Clarice.
Clarice,
little duck.
And is it Hermie?
Hermie.
Hermie too. And Hermie was Hermie picked on?
Yeah, for wanting to be a dentist. Wanting to be different.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a dentist.
No.
Do you think the story was mean, or do you think the story had a meaning and a point? From your perspective, what was the point of the story?
I think it's actually teaching kids a lesson. Like, don't tease people for being different, because everybody has something they're good at.
All right, Olivia's perspective on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a classic that's come under some controversy. Thanks, sweetie.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Cut the end. Spare me the agony.
That was good.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So polite. I don't know. The dentist thing is still kind of weird.
Yeah, of all the things they could have chosen, the writers, for Hermie to want to be other than an elf.
Yeah.
Why did they pick dentist?
I don't know. We watch that one every year.
Yeah.
We have that one.
Yeah,
we own that one. We don't even
we have it on DVD.
We don't even have to lease that one.
Yeah.
We actually own that one. Good job, Olivia. Wow. Even my voice is there. The only ones that's not different is Angela's.
And Isabel, I think.
And Isabel? Really? Mine's
well, she
different.
Didn't talk a lot back then.
Yeah, we don't have a record of that back then. We still don't have a record. Right? So
we haven't found it yet.
Okay.
I don't want to have future things that you can play like that.
I know. This is to the end of time.
I know. I'm regretting this already. He's going to keep it forever.
You asked for it.
I could imagine we don't have my first show that I did. I think we have maybe a couple weeks into the show.
I know.
Could you imagine listening back?
Yeah.
Like,
sure, you'd be cringing the whole time.
All right. I do want to do a quick sponsor roundup here because I am so appreciative of our great sponsors, and to all of you who have gone and visited our sponsors and done business with them, like Kelly Broaddus, if you're thinking about selling a home in the Flagstaff area. Kelly Broaddus is the only person I'd call in the Flagstaff area. Glenn Least of WT Wealth Management, who we've come to trust for, financial matters and here on the program and personally. Glenn Least, WT Wealth Management. Route 66 Coin and Collectibles. Great line of stuff. They got all kinds of stuff, physical gold and silver there right on East Route 66 in Flagstaff. Route 66 Coin and Collectibles. Go check that out. And they got collectibles as well, which is really cool. And then a really long-time sponsor here on the program, the Blind Brothers. Thank you to the Blind Brothers for your long-time support. If you need new blinds, shutters, or shades, go to theblindbrothers.com. That's theblindbrothers.com. All right, more to come. Don't go anywhere. Back in just a few minutes. No. Sounds like a prancing deer.
Want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great British Baking Show.
Is that they use that song?
Oh yeah, that does sound like their intro. Yeah.
I can only handle one British accent at a time. Like when you guys watch that stuff and they're all talking, they're like driving me crazy.
I like that show.
I know, but it's like I can only handle one British person at a time. I'm sorry. If someone's British listening, we love you.
As long as there's one of you, he loves you.
As long as there's one of you. Don't have your whole family call in. It sounds like prancing reindeer music.
Yeah.
Hopefully that deer I hit is prancing well.
I know.
Were you with me, Owen?
Yeah.
We have a family of deer in the neighborhood. And what is there? How many little ones are there?
I don't know, like 4.
Yeah, like 4 little. And one of them got hit already. We call it limpy. It's like the leg was like mangled.
Yeah, either he got hit or had some unfortunate accident.
Yeah.
Because one of his front legs is like the shoulder got dislocated and he just hobbles around. And
so I'm driving down.
Okay, though.
Driving down the road with Owen, and he sees the deer up ahead, and the Bambi, the fawns crossing the road, and he's like, slow down, right? And I slow down, and I'm looking at the other direction, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see them jump. One of them jumped right in front of the truck. I'm probably doing like under 10 miles per hour, and I hear thud, and I was like, oh no, I just hit Bambi, right? And then the thing got up, right?
Yeah, and it walked away.
Just walked away, and it stared at us, and the mom came and stared at us. She's like, ready to kill us. And then they all start going across the street, but yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, hopefully they're okay. I haven't seen them in the last few days.
Yeah, well, maybe I took it out. Okay, all I hope not. Let's see here. You have something that you've worked on, Angela.
Yeah, just because, like I said, we never talked about the story of Jesus' birth, at least according to the Gospels of Matthew and primarily Matthew and Luke. And even though a lot of people hear it in church and stuff around this time of year, it's still kind of a fun story and the ultimate story of commitment and love and devotion and faith too. So I just thought we could talk about that because we haven't.
Okay.
So
you lead the way.
Okay. So as many people know, the divine plan was revealed to Mary, and she was the one chosen to have Jesus. Mm-hmm. And she was engaged to Joseph, but they weren't married. So that kind of presented a problem, especially with Joseph, because he's like,
yeah, that's a big,
hello,
that's a big issue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and
throughout time.
Right. So, this announcement to Mary that she was the chosen one kind of like starts this incredible journey, right? And she responded with unwavering faith of, okay, this is, I'm the chosen one and I'm going to have, our Savior. And so Joseph kind of responds with like fear and like not understanding what happened. But then the plan was also revealed to him in a dream. And so he decided that he was going to marry her anyway and protect her and raise Jesus like his father, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, most of that is all in Matthew 1. And so my question to the kids, they can probably answer this, but I thought it'd be fun if they chime in. Questions. So why, we always hear about that they journeyed to Bethlehem, right? Yeah. Mary and Joseph. And so why did they go on that journey when she was going to have a baby any day?
Anyone at all?
Oh, was it because King Herod wanted to kill all the baby boys because he knew the Savior was coming?
That was after.
Okay.
That is true, but that was after Jesus was born.
They were fleeing from someone. I know I should know this. I just read this too.
It's actually because the Romans were in control then, and the Romans decided that they were going to have a census. And so every person there needed to go back to the city that they came from and take part in the census. And so Joseph and Mary headed back to Bethlehem, that's where he was from originally, which was a long voyage back in the day, especially when you're walking, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so they had to go back.
Yeah, for that reason.
Okay.
So but then we also hear the story that there was no room for them at the inn, right? That's in Luke.
No room at the inn.
Yeah. So why was there no room for them at the inn?
Because everybody was going back to the place they lived.
Exactly.
Because of the census.
Lots of people were there going for the census.
So this was like traveling on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And expecting to find a hotel or something,
it was either that or that they weren't married yet and Mary was clearly pregnant, and that caused some, like, as we would say now, misinformation, because no one else really knew the plan. I mean, they did, but other people didn't, and they would see that, and that, there was...
They weren't married yet?
No. Huh. No. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago here, if you'd go to a hotel, they'd be like, you guys married? Right? It wasn't really that long ago. Okay, so the census.
So along the way, we also hear the story of the wise men, the 3 wise men, and they saw the star, right? And they knew that that was a signal that the new king was going to be, or was born. And so they kind of journeyed to go find him and worship him. Mm-hmm. And along the way, that's when they ran into Herod, right, Owen? And Herod says, hey, when you find him, you let me know where he is, because I want to go worship him, which was not true, right? Yeah. That was a deception. And he was actually intimidated by Jesus because he was
wicked, evil.
And so that later on, that's when he decided he was just going to have all the newborn babies killed so that they couldn't take over or whatever. So, and that's when Joseph and Mary decided to go into Egypt to get away from him. And then whenever Herod died, that's when they went back. So, what treasures did they offer him?
Frankincense.
And what else? There's 3 things.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Owen. No, Olivia?
A quartz? The jade stuff.
No.
Isabel? Out.
It was gold.
Gold.
I was going to say gold.
Frankincense and myrrh.
Oh.
What is frankincense and
I don't
what is
know,
myrrh?
but that's why it's memorable.
Well, all I know is like when we were going to
up.
church growing up at Christmas time, they would burn it. And there was a distinct smell, like an incense smell.
Frankincense is a hardened gum-like material resin that comes from the trunk of the boswellia tree. People use its oil on the skin and in aromatherapy. Frankincense oil seems to kill some types of bacteria and fungi.
Dad likes fungi.
That's from WebMD. What was the other one? Myrrh. How do you spell myrrh?
M-Y-R.
M-Y-R.
R-H, I think.
Wow, that's weird.
M-Y-R-R-H.
Myrrh is a fragrant yellow resin that comes from the bark of the, how do you pronounce that? Commiphora tree, and has been used for thousands of years in medicine, perfumery, and incense. I didn't even know perfumery.
Yeah, that's the incense. I was talking about when I would go to church at Christmas time, they would always
have the thing.
They'd always burn
like that, right?
Yeah. And it was just that smell would
you
bring me
remember
back to that times. Yeah. So
it's kind of like recently when I visited my old high school.
Yeah.
That smell. I was like, but anyway. Okay. Next, any other questions? Go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything else lined up for them. I just thought they could participate. I thought the kids would.
We did bad at answering our questions.
Yeah. I hope your teachers aren't listening. Hope your Bible teacher isn't listening. Because I think you got like an A. And I'm starting to question the grading scale. Yeah.
It was a different subject. Come on.
Oh, come on. Be nice. All right. Thank you for that, for sharing that. All right. If you guys want to send any comments over the Christmas season here, always love hearing from you. talkwithjeff@icloud.com. I'll come back and talk about some more of my sponsors, plus some final thoughts here as we get super close to Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Wasn't sure what I was supposed to do there.
That was ominous.
New Christmas music. Brought to you by one of those royalty-free sites. We're getting ready for Christmas. We talked about Christmas trees earlier. It's kind of overboard, but how many Christmas trees do we have?
Oh, nobody answered that.
Oh, in our house?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 3.
3 Christmas trees.
Yeah.
I have
2 of them are small.
No, wait.
Really
2 of them are
small?
small.
Mini? No.
Where's the 4th one?
Doesn't each of the kids have a little Christmas tree?
Owen
No,
uses
Owen
the
was
big tree.
rejected.
Oh, you never got one? I never got
I
one
think
either.
it's far better to have the stuff on the big tree.
Yeah, this has gotten
But
overboard.
you don't
Isabel
have
has
the
a tree.
absurd amount of ornaments that Isabel and I have. We need our own tree. We simply do.
Yeah, there is a
What
lot
else
of.
would we do with
we
them?
have a tall ceiling, and our Christmas tree is probably. I don't know, what is that thing?
I think it's about 9 feet.
Is it 9 or 10
Yeah.
feet? Yes, and
But
it's packed.
Our living room with those vaulted ceilings, you almost have to have like
It would
an
look odd.
impressive tall tree because
Yeah, but it's loaded.
You can,
it's
I guess.
absolutely loaded with all. I have a Star Trek collection.
yeah.
Owen, there's a lot on there. Klingon vessels and all that stuff. So anyway,
Your mom's has been getting those.
she's like, "You still want those?" I was
For
like,
him
"I
every
don't
year.
know.
The Enterprise,
It's good. You know, we might need another tree. We're gonna add to it.
I can't keep up with the batteries because they all either light up or they play some kind of music or something, and
the batteries
will
leave
drag
my
out
batteries
quick.
changed out every time.
Yeah, I did mean to mention earlier because this ties into both Owen's and my thing with he was talking about how lights were invented, and I was talking about how the Christmas tree was invented, and neither of us mentioned the reason that they used like the candles originally that evolved into the lights that we have today.
Oh, okay, why?
And that was to symbolize Christ as the light of the world. So,
okay.
Yeah, that has
makes
like,
sense.
a symbolism for what it actually means, not just, it's there and it's cool.
Now we have more lights than we know what to do with
True.
limited chance of burning it down. We have a tradition every year. Isabel and I do the outdoor lights. And we got it done early this year. It was still warm. Sometimes we're out there freezing to death.
Yeah, you figured that out a few years ago, that if you do it early, it's not so cold.
You know, when I'm hanging on the roof because I'm sliding off, about ready to
Clark Griswold
it down there and stuff. So, and then we always have a good Christmas dinner coming up. I hope all you get to do that as well. Angela makes, what are you making?
Barley salad.
I haven't actually decided this.
We don't have a meat set.
No, I change it up. A lot of times I do prime rib, which everyone likes, but I've also cooked duck. I've cooked ham. I've cooked turkey, I think.
It's
just kind of whatever I feel like doing.
Owen and I were trying to get duck for Christmas. We were like, hey, let's stock up. We were out hunting and everything, and we were trying to, stock up the freezer because they're kind of small.
Yeah, some of them are really big, though.
Yeah, and we tried even a goose, like a Christmas goose would have been good, but
yeah, those things are big.
We haven't had that luck as of yet, but we'll try over the Christmas season here as we take some time off. Okay, anything else, guys? As we wrap up, this is for me, wrapping up the year, wrapping up everything here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
we didn't
quiet
save
group today. It's like I bring in 4 people.
Time, Dad.
Think I won't have to talk much, but.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Say it in a British accent. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll see you on the other side next year. Taking some time off, but lots of programming for you. So, Merry Christmas.
God in sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise. Join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark, the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn King. With angelic hosts proclaim Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark, the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn King.
Just do another short little thing afterwards. After that.
Look at the dog. I know.
How many Christmas trees do we have? Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Mini that they used, like the colored dad.
I think I won't have to talk much, but.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Hey, stop that.
Stop that.
It's like, okay, ready? Put your headsets back on.
Oh, we're doing
What are we doing? I don't know.
Wait. I'm whispering. I can hear you through the mic. I forgot my sponsors. Hang on. Rewind. Kim, thank you, and because we did have my sponsors earlier. Kim Dawson of Nova Home Loans. She's been with us for a really long time. Appreciate that. Thanks for that pie, too.
Oh, yeah. That Bisbee berry pie.
Wonderful Bisbee berry pie.
That was good.
Say that 15 times. Gettles High Desert Mechanical. You need HVAC service. Please use Gettles High Desert Mechanical. We use them. American Trailer Company. Got my great dump trailer. And works great. They have a huge lineup there. AmericanTrailerAZ.com. Nemarco's Pizza. Best pizza around. Guess we could do that for Christmas.
Don't say Christmas dinner.
Christmas dinner. Like Thanksgiving.
Christmas Eve.
Marco's
Eve?
is great and all, but I want to stick with the prime
They're not
rib.
open Christmas Eve?
On Christmas.
On Christmas Eve, yeah, not on Christmas.
Oh, how dare they? Allstate, Eric Boatner, Allstate Agency, Eric and Lisa Boatner. Merry Christmas. Of course, Rob Wilson and Elise Wilson and their team out at Timberline Firearms and Training. They do a great job.
Yeah.
Appreciate them and all the contribution Rob's done to the show over the years. And Go Lightly Tire. You need new tires, GoLightlyTire.com. That's GoLightlyTire.com. Okay. That's it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, this is for real goodbye.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you on the other side. Take care.
Newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild. God and sinners reconciled. child